Once upon a time, the Tao owned a piece of land. It was all he owned, but he cherished it, for it gave him three things, having which he was content: life, first of all, and liberty, and happiness. Then, one day, the Spaniard came and commanded him to pay tribute to the crown of Spain. The Tao paid tribute, and he was silent. He was certain that he was still the master of his land. The Spaniard became rich, but with riches, evil entered into him, and he came to the Tao a second time. He read to a Tao a formidable document saying, "According to this decretorial, which unfortunately you cannot read, this that you have been paying me as is not tribute but rent, for the land is not yours but mine." The Tao paid tribute and said nothing. He ceased to be a free man. He became a serf. Still, the Tao held his peace. The rent went up and up. The Tao starved. And this time, at last, he spoke, not in words, but with a rustic instrument with which he cleared the land once his own Dabolo. He transferred it from an instrument of tillage to an instrument of death, and with it drove away the stranger. Then he returned to his field, saying, "Now indeed shall I again be master of this land, once my own, but stolen from me by the trickery of quicker wits than mine." But the Tao was wrong, for the land had another master, this time not a stranger, but his own countryman grown rich. The Tao had a new name, Kasama, which to us means partner, but which to the Tao means still a slave, for once more he suffered from his countrymen the same things he had suffered from the stranger: the rent, the usury, and all the rest of it. Yes, the Tao returned to his field thinking that he was free, but he soon discovered that he was still a prisoner. His prison, a two-room shack, rent by every wind, without any comfort except that three families have the, the privilege to starve. The Tao's home has become his very prison. Its doors, if you can call them such, are wide open. It is a prison endless, for the Tao is bound to it, not with the chains of steel, but with a stronger chain. His, his honor, this day, the Tao remains a slave, a prisoner of the usurer.